I'm your host, Tyler Rasmussen, and we've partnered up with our friends at Pool Pro Magazine to bring you a monthly news and notes segment on all things pool related. Knowledge is power, and by tuning in each month, you will stay informed on what the public and the industry are talking about. Joining us for these segments is Pool Pro Magazine's editor-in-chief, Megan Kendrick. With over 10 years' experience writing some of the best articles in the industry, we believe she is the perfect person to notify you on what's going on in the pool world that we know and love so much. Without further ado, let's jump into this month's News and Notes episode.
Welcome to your go-to podcast for the pool and spa industry. My name is Tyler Rasmussen.
And my name is Greg Villafania. And this is the Pool Chasers Podcast.
All right, we are back. How are you doing, Megan?
I am doing great. I have had a great week.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do tell.
So I've hired a bookkeeper. Hooray.
Ooh, very nice.
I hired a business coach.
Nice.
And today I hired a housekeeper.
Woo! Yeah, you're rocking it.
I am ready for 2022. And I am getting rid of all the things that I hate doing and that keep me from actually doing my job. And so I am pretty excited for these things. I finally read the E-Myth this week. I am all in business planning mode, and it's been fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we have a house cleaner too, and I'm working on the other things too we just tried this like laundry service, and it was freaking awesome. Because we both hate laundry and we both work full time and work, way more than regular 40-hour weeks, as you know. So I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of folding laundry. So we tried this like laundry delivery thing. It was pretty cool. I don't know. It might be something that sticks.
That sounds fantastic. I just got so tired. I mean, because I work from home, right? So I'm here all the time. And so it just feels like, it also feels like I'm paying someone to clean our office in a way, right?
Yeah. There you go.
And I just...
You write that off.
Oh, I wish. I asked my accountant. He said no.
He said no?
He said
what?
no.
Not even like half?
No.
Or a quarter?
Mm-mm.
That's rough.
He said the best thing to do is to pay myself to pay the house cleaner. I'm like, fine.
Oh, there you go.
I guess. Whatever.
Work around, I guess.
Yeah.
I think every business owner probably understands what we're talking about. It's a lot to try to do the business and life.
It is a lot. And I think, you get to a point in your business where you're like, okay, this is not working anymore. Like, this is stupid. I can't be the person who's doing all these things. Right. So, and it's like, I've given myself some time to sort of learn them. So, I mean, can I do the books if I have to? Yes.
Right.
Do I hate it? Yes.
Yes.
But now I can give it to somebody else who can do it better than I can do it and more efficiently. And it makes me very happy.
Yeah. I mean, that's just delegating. That's cool. I mean, I think we beat ourselves up too much about like when you drop the ball on something, but that's just natural. You're not supposed to handle 40 million things. It's just not normal. And I think we do a lot more than most people do, but maybe it just feels like, you beat yourself up because you can't do laundry, you can't clean the house, you can't do these things. But in all reality, like you're doing way more than, a lot of the world is doing.
Well, you work all week and I don't want to spend the weekend cleaning. I want to be able to actually spend the weekend with my family and being able to do some things that are fun instead of, working all week and then working all weekend. And then my 6-year-old is like, Mom, you never play with me.
Yeah, exactly. That's rough.
That doesn't feel great.
Yeah. But you got priorities, right? You gotta give your kids the time. And so everybody out there listening, we're giving you the okay to hire house cleaners.
Yes, it doesn't make you bougie. It just makes you a working parent who needs a break.
Correct. Yep. Prioritize it. All right.
Now that you've got our life update, my life update, which I know everyone just really needs to know about what's happening in my day-to-day life. But there you go.
Let's jump into the news out there. So in the city of Tbilisi is a recreational open-air stage amphitheater. The space was once an abandoned Olympic swimming pool situated in a neglected cinema town with Hollywood-esque undertones. Thanks to the repurposed swimming pool, the heart of the town now beats a little louder to reflect the new function of the space. The pool was converted into an 8-leveled amphitheater with terraced seats complemented by stairs and a ramp for greater accessibility. This final design was made possible by building 7 cement block walls of increasingly different heights, and each space in between the walls was filled and leveled with soil and gravel. Reinforced slabs were also formed in the process. Once the cement was dry, the entire surface was coated with a light brew, huh? Think about beer. With a light blue color as a reminder of what the open air stage once served, a swimming pool. And I gotta tell you, the pictures are pretty sweet. I mean, I don't know if you had time to look at it yet, but they're pretty awesome.
I'll just go ahead and click over on that now because I can.
Yeah.
But
you gotta check out the link, but it's pretty cool.
It does look really cool. What a fun project. I like it when people can find ways to, not let these structures go to waste.
Yeah. I mean, they just sits there, right? So make the best of it. We all love concerts. So I think that's a cool way to do it. So TikTok videos, we just actually recently had Pool Pro MJ on the podcast. So, TikTok is out there. The world is paying attention to the pool industry, which is crazy.
Yes. I was so excited to listen to that episode because Mark is awesome. And he was at one of our 30 under 40s a few years ago, maybe even last year.
Yeah,
and so, I've been following him for a while, and I was so excited to listen to that episode.
Yeah, he's cool. So there's another article out there about this guy named Miles Laflin. He's amassed 11 million followers by cleaning pools. He's better known as the pool guy with 2 zeros. So similar to Mark's Pool Pro MJ with a 0. Yeah. But Miles, he's a swimming pool engineer from Britain. He posts short videos. His channel takes viewers through the process of cleaning his customers' grime-covered swimming pools with the most dramatic green to clean transformations, gathering over 100 million views. So, TikTok is happening for the pool industry.
I love it. It's so much fun. I think, you know what? I think when I was first on the Pool Chasers podcast, we talked about how much I love watching filter cleans.
That's right. We did.
And this is it. Like, this is essentially the rest of the world has caught on.
That's right.
To my obsession with watching people clean pools.
Dude, green to cleans are dirty to clean.
Oh,
for sure.
It's just so satisfying. You're like watching him like power wash the stuff off.
Yep.
It's so relaxing. I love it.
And TikTok's awesome because it's such a short video too. You don't have to watch the whole 30-minute.
Yes. I always think about how can we incorporate TikTok into our content, and I'm just not cool enough. So I'm just going to repost if we do a Pool Pro TikTok, it's just going to be us reposting things that Mark does because he does such a great job. We don't need to add to that.
For sure. So speaking of another video, so Tommy Lee fell into his pool, and Tommy Lee is best known for his career with the band Mötley Crüe.
Is that what he's best known for?
I mean, and Pamela Anderson, probably. But, that's what the article says. So he's playing with his dog in the backyard by the pool and fell in, narrowly avoiding a serious injury. His wife shared the video on social media, and then Tommy himself shared it as well. So you can check out the link on the website to see the video, but it's pretty funny, and they kind of made a joke about it. So, we've all fell into a pool or two in the days. At least I know I have, cleaning pools. So, it's a little embarrassing, and it's from his video camera on his house, so it records his talking and everything. So
that's
a pretty
great.
Funny one. Yeah,
I like it.
So on the island of La Palma in Spain, a volcano erupted, prompting thousands of evacuations, but thankfully no deaths have been reported. There was, however, a video that was posted that showed lava going into a swimming pool. So that's something I've never seen before, but it's pretty cool.
Speaking of videos that are fun to watch, like lava videos are also really relaxing and cool. But going into a swimming pool, I'm so excited to watch this.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, so Swimply once again is in the news. One of our most talked about stories continues, and that company is Swimply, which is ones that rent out the pools. If you haven't heard the previous episodes, but recently in Toronto, Canada, it's made the news again because neighbors are saying that the backyards are always loud and there's constantly people there in the driveways or parked outside their houses. So it's going to be interesting to see where this company ends up because there's lots that love it, and then there seems to be quite a few that dislike this.
Yeah, well, it's interesting too because Swimply, I've seen a lot of stories lately coming out of Canada about them. Mm-hmm. I guess if you're in the United States, when you sign up, they have some insurance coverage you can get, but that's not available for people in Canada.
Oh, really?
And so they've been in the news a few times where might be a little dicier in Canada if you're doing Swimply. But yeah, it's just very,
I wouldn't want to do that.
very interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see how it turns out. It seems to be pretty successful, but definitely getting some
Right?
haters out there.
Yeah, I think the swimming pool industry are the haters, right?
Yeah. Well, I remember watching him on Shark Tank, and they weren't very impressed. But he seemed to come a long way since then. So,
Well, he's making a lot of
him.
money, that's for sure.
Yep. So in Connecticut, another pool company has made the news for not building the pool as they promised to build. This time it's a company called Roy's Pools, and this unfortunately seems to be happening more recently. I think it's a mixture of kind of multiple things, right? It could be that they're breaking promises on purpose that they never were going to keep, or another option I kind of feel is happening out there is people didn't plan properly for the cost of business and materials going up, which we've talked about several times, making those adjustments. So hopefully people are listening to that. But I think it's a combination of both, people being shady, but also just not planning properly and then not really knowing what to do with that. Once you become overwhelmed in debt, it's like, what do you really do?
Yeah. Well, and I think, especially right now, we're seeing a lot of that. But I mean, this happens all the time with not just with swimming pools, but with all kinds of contractors, right? People who get into the business and their cash gets out of control and they're using their, last job to pay for their next job, and it just gets out of hand.
Yeah. Which
the next thing you know,
not in a
someone's left
pandemic sort of worked, but
Yeah.
now if you can't get materials or the materials are, 5 times what they were, makes it difficult.
Yeah.
So now, there's always several sad stories in the news about drownings, but we need to continue to talk about them so we can bring awareness to the topic since it's so important. One of the latest stories is a family in Oregon is suing for $70 million for an incident that happened in 2019 where their daughter drowned at a recreation center after swim practice. The incident involves putting a cover on the pool, and it's a pretty sad story. But these lawsuits are a part of that process, and whether good or bad, it's just what it is. And if my kid did that, I can't say I wouldn't do the same thing. So, but we don't really hear about them a lot in the industry, though. It is always part of the process. So if you talk to people that are in that space, it always comes along with that. So it's difficult.
Yeah. Well, and I think, reading about that lawsuit too, you see how many people are implicated in it, right? And so anyone who touched that pool is named in this lawsuit. And so, it's just a reminder with people in the industry, even if you're the guy who's throwing in chemicals, like you could still be held liable if there's an accident. So if you see something, say something.
Yep. If it's not safe, you got to report it. You're the last one in that backyard or at that commercial property, make sure it's locked and latched properly, because it definitely can happen to everybody.
Yep.
So another sad story to report happened in North Texas where a child died from a rare brain-eating disease contracted at a splash pad. Seems like low chlorine levels were likely the factor, but these cases are rare, but they do happen. I'm not going to try to say the name of it, but people probably are aware of it.
Yeah, you forget about splash pads needing to be cared for, like swimming pools. As a parent, you're like, oh, it's like running through a sprinkler. It's totally safe.
Yep. Not that way. I mean, it smells pretty strong. All the ones that I've been to anyway, so I think the ones that I've been in are definitely over-chlorinated, but, it does happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then again, the stories are constantly in there. There's several other ones about drownings and different things. Every month we do research for this episode, so just keep doing your part to make people aware and keep those pools safe. All right, let's jump into the industry news.
Okay, so I think it was the day after we recorded our last
Yes.
episode. I texted you and I was like, Cody Pools just bought Platinum Pools. Like, do we need to just re-record the podcast? Because
Right.
that's the news
That's
right
the big
there.
one. I know.
Yeah. So, I'm sure most people have already heard about this, but Cody Pools, which is a huge swimming pool builder in Texas. They purchased in Austin, Texas. They purchased Platinum Pools, which is another huge Houston-based designer and builder of swimming pools. Cody Pools is like at top 50 pretty much every year.
All
Platinum
the time.
Pools has been on that list before. Scott Waldo from Platinum Pools, he's been on the cover of Pool Pro before. This is fascinating. We were kind of joking about this becoming an acquisition podcast. because that's what's been going on in the industry lately, is these acquisitions. And here we go. Like it is, this time it's another giant pool builder buying another giant pool builder. And so it's different than the other ones that we have seen lately. These are big names in our industry, and it's a big deal. Lots of money.
Yep, for sure.
Continuing with that trend. So American
the pool
Pool
news is definitely all about acquisitions.
It is, yeah, and it's so fascinating. So American Pool, they are one of these consolidation companies. They purchased Blue Water Pool and Spas in Jacksonville, Florida. NPP again has been buying more pool service companies across the Sun Belt, so they are really growing. I know we're not supposed to talk about this until later in the episode, but we have an article coming out in our next issue about this consolidation trend, and it was a really interesting article. I learned a lot from it, so you should check that out if you are wondering what is going on with all of this.
Yeah. We had that episode with MPP too. It's a really cool thing, I think, for the industry in general. If you approach it the right way, even if you don't sell your business, like you can benefit a lot off of these companies because they're going to professionalize the industry like we've always wanted. And it gives you kind of a staple to compare yourself to and try to get your business to that level, which allows you to raise prices, allows you to hire better people, allows us to bring people from outside the industry into the industry that can make it better. Everything we've talked about, this consolidation helps, bring that to case. Also, it will unfortunately get, make people who are not doing business properly, probably they won't be in the industry, which is probably a good thing as well. So, people that are undercutting and, giving away pool service, like they'll probably won't be able to survive the transition eventually. So I think it's an all around good thing for the industry itself. Yeah.
Other news, it is awards time. So the PHTA has revealed their 2021 International Awards of Excellence winners. Those are coming out. If you are going to the show in Dallas, they have a big awards ceremony that you could go to and see all the winners. There's a ton of categories for, all kinds of pool builds. And I always love looking through those pictures every year. It's fun to see what people have been working on.
Yep, it's cool. I think you can click the link in the show notes and you'll see a lot of those winners. But yeah, really cool to always look at those.
So movers and shakers, Mandy Snow, she's with Aquastar and she has been promoted to national sales manager. They've been doing a lot of moving and shaking at Aquastar. And I know we talked about the FSPA, the Florida Swimming Pool Association, about their executive director moving on to another pool company. And now the FSPA has hired a new executive director, Elizabeth McMurray. She has been in the industry for a lot of years at Jack's Magic and some nonprofits and consulting and things like that. And now she is with the FSPA.
Yep.
And so coming up really soon is the Pool Spa Patio Expo in Dallas. I am excited to go. It is November 16th through the 18th. We will have a booth there. So definitely come by and say hi to the Megans at the Pool Pro booth. It's going to be Megan and Megan.
The
and
Megans.
Aaron. Yes. I'm making my husband come. And so,
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to seeing the industry, seeing everybody again. Make sure you head out there. I think everyone is just ready for some in-person, handshaking, face-to-face business.
Yeah. I don't know about handshaking, but we'll get there.
I know. Yeah.
Maybe some fist bumps or some air fist bumps. I don't know.
I think.
I mean, you said you're a hugging person, or not a hugging person, but you might hug people. But I don't know about the hugging part.
I'm concerned about my behavior. So
your excitement.
I'm concerned for definitely. Like I will for sure at some point make a fool of myself. I do that every show, at least once. Stick my foot in my mouth or I do something dumb and I'm like, great, here I am, guys.
Just me.
It is what it is.
You're going to have like Lysol gun holsters on your side. Just like.
That's funny. Yeah. I feel like
after every hug.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm going to go in there and at first I'm going to be super careful. And then by the end of the week, it'll be like, hey, give me a hug.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's funny how quickly you kind of just let all of that precaution go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we keep talking about it because that's the big one. And we haven't done it in almost 2 years. So.
Yeah, exactly. So come there. See us.
Nice. Let's talk about the Pool Pro news.
Yeah, Pool Pro news. Okay, so I am going to give some shout outs to some people who have helped us out with a local project. Kind of through some family connections, I found out about this little girl in Oklahoma City. She has a fatal genetic disorder, and pretty much being in water is the only time that she is not in pain. And so we got together with some people in the industry to provide her with a swim spa, which was amazing. And so Master Spas donated the swim spa, Leisure Concepts donated the accessories, but then there were some local pool and spa professionals who helped us out. So Ryan Frank from Aquahaven, he made sure that the swim spa got delivered and installed. The guys from Spartan Pool and Patio, Sam and Jordan, who I love so much, they poured the pad for us. Dane Griffin from Griffin Electric, he donated the electrical work for everything. The crane company donated to crane it in. Like, it was just really cool how this all came together to really help out this family and this little girl who really can benefit from having water therapy at her home. And so, and you know, especially at a time when everyone is so busy and things are crazy. I mean, just the fact that they were able to find the time, or just they couldn't find the time. They made the time and made it a priority, was just amazing. And I just wanted to make sure that I gave them an industry shout out. Just they're awesome people who did a really awesome thing.
Yeah, for sure. That's really cool. You did that and they all did that. So it's always good when we can put good back into the world.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then the other big news for us is, of course, like, it's 30 under 40 time. And I'm always, I know, I love it. It is so much fun. Every year it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We get more people and it's great. And so, yeah, 30 under 40 is coming out in November. Pay attention to that. I also want to give a special shout out because this year our 30 under 40 winners are getting Caleb Van Brunt 30 under 40 keychains. So if you don't know, David Van Brunt, his son Caleb, he's 13. He like 3D prints all these super cool industry keychains. And he has done some for us.
Yes. Very cool.
I'm
sorry
pretty
you missed
out.
That I didn't get one last year.
Sorry you missed out, Tyler. We didn't know that he was 3D printing keychains last year.
Yeah. I need a 2021 Caleb.
I mean, he's pretty nice.
Yeah, he might do it.
He might actually just do that for you because he's very sweet.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
It's cool to see, you know, his progression within the industry through David and stuff. So
I feel like he's already a better entrepreneur than like any of us are.
Right. Yeah, for sure. All right. So how can people get the magazine?
All right. Pick up Pool Pro at SCP and Superior Pool Pro Superior Pool Products locations around the country. You can also go to our website, poolpromag.com, and sign up for a subscription or sign up for our newsletter, and we will send you all of our content. So that is that.
Awesome. And we will see you at the show.
Yes. Don't hug me.
You're going to hug them first.
I know.
All right. Thanks, Megan.
Yep.
Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to learn more, you can hit the link in the show notes below or visit poolchasers.com. If you'd like to learn more about Pool Pro Magazine, pick up the latest issue at your local SCP or Superior and visit them at poolpromag.com. See you out there, Pool Chasers.